He chose to come up and speak and say, I married this wife and I've gone through a lot of torture. And good enough, I have, I've been close to this professor. Where do you see the men coming out, even when they have big status, their status in society is big, coming out to speak about their plight, their challenges, that they are being tortured?
Because, guys, it's not about the status you're at. When you're breaking down, you're breaking down. As
Yes.
simple as that. And the challenge is world over. Cultural norms and beliefs have always told us that a man has to be strong, that a man has to be self-reliant, that a man has to manage their emotions.
Yeah.
And the truth is, that is not true. And that is not right. Things that we have grown up seeing, things that we have grown up in, like, for example, myself, I grew up in a home where I was told that a boy does not cry. But do you know what is involved in those tears? It is 98% water,
Yeah.
and the 2% are the chemicals of stress and other hormones.
Yeah.
Tears are for everyone.
Yeah.
So now, that means that if you do not release those tears, you're going to keep them inside. And at a later date, they will come out. They will come out in anger.
Yeah.
They will come out in a lot of unforgiveness.
Yeah.
They come out in outbursts to others. They will come out in physical fighting.
Yeah.
But now, if somebody who is 75 has come out to say, guys, I've been married for all this long time, and I have been living in a lot of violence. The reason why they didn't speak then is because he was being limited by the cultural beliefs.
Yeah.
A man is not supposed to say that I am like this,
Yeah.
because they are going to look at him as if he's a weakling.
Yes.
How do you tell somebody that my wife is beating me?
Yeah.
How do you tell someone that I am struggling in this kind of way? You're a man, and a man is supposed to be strong. But that is the belief that we are here to change. That is the narrative that we are here to change, and tell the man out there that you are a human being. Before you're a man, you're a human being. And all human beings have emotions. All human beings have feelings. All human beings get angry. All human beings can have a right to share whatever they are going through.
Yes.
There is nowhere it is written that a man is not supposed to cry.
Yeah.
Crying is a relief. It relieves each and every one of us here.
Yeah.
So for somebody to come out and say, I'm not well, that is not a sign of weakness. And it is high time we started looking at that as human beings, not as men, as human beings, and look at him and say, true, you're not well. And that is not weakness, that is strength,
Yeah.
that is courage.
Yeah. I've already seen. I mean, I've got people who have come to consult me as an individual, and somebody comes in front of you and breaks down. Of course, my own way of doing things is that when somebody is in front of you and breaks down, you let them cry until when they finish, because crying is a relief. It's part of therapy, that somebody is breaking down and they are offloading themselves something that has been paining them. When we talk about the prominency, the status, we know many men, as we're speaking today, many men are in the houses, are actually suffering emotionally. And that's why some of them, their companies are not performing well, because he fails to take a decision right in home. There are men who fear to come up and divorce. I'd want us to talk about divorce, because there's a lot of intimate, suffering that comes in, intimate violence that I spoke in my last podcast with Agri. He was talking about the intimate violence men face. Okay. And then until when a man takes action, he's judged out there that, look, the man took up another wife. He gave birth to another child. He gave birth to someone else. But this man could not come up tell the public that, look, I've been with my wife and we've not had conjugal rights for the past 3-4 years. And I had to take a decision to move out. But I could not open up and tell the world of what I'm facing. In this scenario, as the person who handles the men, a man who is watching today and is going through all that situation, what remedy do you give them? I know there are those who have not moved to get other wives, secretly or openly, but he's going through that. And in quotes, others are, I'm a good Christian, where I don't want to be judged. A man who is going through this and he even fears to speak out, how does he handle such a situation?
See, Brian, you've talked of very many things
In one thing.
in one thing.
Yes.
And that it may not be hard to explain to you,
Yeah.
but it is simple. When you are going out to look for your wife,
Yes.
did you call the public?
Yes.
That is number one.
Yes.
Number two, if you're suffering in your home, who do you think is going to help you? The wife beating,
Yeah.
the children are always on the side of the mother.
Sure.
So from there, who is going to help you? It is up to you now to look out for these platforms.
Yeah.
There are very many. I have colleagues who have been in this for a long time, but because such kinds of information are not given enough attention, it is high time we came out as men to say, look, I'm not doing well.
Yeah.
Where can I go and I get help? Can I call Brian and ask him? Going back to the issue of somebody coming in front of you and breaking down.
Yeah.
I want to emphasize, somebody breaking down in front of you is not a sign of weakness.
Yeah.
It is a sign of strength, that they have realized whatever they've been going through, they cannot handle it alone.
Yeah.
You're inside that house, you're inside that bungalow, you're suffering.